and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming.
Jared's note taker.
Don't worry about it. I signed up for this, this AI app and now it
harasses us at
now
every
it
meeting.
shows up at every meeting that's on my calendar.
I got an email saying, is it okay for us to record this?
Yeah, so
Meeting or
just,
something?
yeah, just, yeah, it's a thing.
Okay.
Gonna take over, be cool.
Now there's 7 of them.
Did everyone get a chance to take a look at the meetings from last month,
Yeah.
the May 1st meeting? Was there any additions or corrections?
Minutes looked great.
Okay.
I move that we approved the minutes from last month.
Just a motion to accept them.
I move to accept the minutes from last month.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There's no one online for privilege of the floor, correct?
That's right. Understood.
Review of the financial reports. Did anyone have any?
That's right.
There's a couple of things,
Alright, thank you.
so in the revenue section. Did we miss budget for the pilot, or was there an unanticipated pilot revenue coming?
No, there's a disbursement that needs to go out, so we accept 2 of our pilots come in and then we disperse those to the county and the
Okay.
school, so.
Oh, got it,
They'll
so
be
it's
going
just
out.
kind of hanging out there for a
Mhm.
little while.
Okay,
Got it.
so, yeah,
Yep. All right, cool. And then the 1460-100 was in the negative records management.
yep,
Yes.
and I believe there's a resolution, in process for that.
And that's for a guy, right?
For the student.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'll talk about that once we get down there.
I had one for Jim, but he's not here, so.
Is it stormwater?
Yeah,
That's the engineering fees, there's the budget transfer for that, in the resolution section as well.
okay.
Anything,
It's on.
anything else? Resolutions.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have on the town board meeting an acceptance for donations from various businesses. The Lakeside Hospitality District, these are all the donations for the barge, the fireworks barge. Currently, the city just went and asked if people can donate. They got commitments, but then did nothing further, so I'm out collecting the money. We secured the barge, we'll put it on to actually get it done, otherwise it probably wouldn't happen. We're gonna take care of it and get the donations in to us so that we can then pay the barge company.
Are the donations in any jeopardy?
No.
Okay, everyone's saying yes. as
Well, so they all said yes, we supposedly have up to $5,000, so now I just asked all businesses, I'm working with, 1 or 2 of their people, people from Nolan's who agreed to be the reps for all the other businesses for me, so I didn't have to go to 6 different people, and, they're said that it's $5,000, so, as long as everybody comes through, and I had asked them, I said, I'll need to have the checks. For next Wednesday, preferably. I can go later, but trying to get them all in so that I can make sure the resolution to accept all the donations stays on. And it's been very frustrating,
Why do you, that the city is,
because it wouldn't happen if.
oh, I understand that part, but should they?
Because they
No, we
didn't,
don't have funding for it.
they didn't wanna deal, they would not deal with, the feedback I got was. There's a person there at the city who said it would be just too difficult to collect the donations. And run it through their account. It was just too much work, so they just wanted them, each business to write a separate check to the barge company. And the barge company, Marine Blue, when I talked to them, they're like, we just want 1 PO, we want 1 payment. So,
Why did they advertise for people that have donations anyway?
I think Bob Palmer.
went out,
Yeah,
he did it
solicited
himself.
donations.
He did it
but-
himself.
But that's as far as they got with it, and then I guess it was expected the rest of it was taken care of by us, cause we assumed it got taken care of. I got the email a week or two ago. From the city asking, you know, if we secured the barge yet and did we get all the donation money and. I'm like, what are we talking about? I thought this would have been
Thought it was a
taken care
done deal,
of,
right, yeah.
because we're doing everything else. But so then to come back and forth, I was like, forget it, and yeah, it would have certainly been easier to just have them pay directly, but since the barge company doesn't want it. I'm not gonna rely on the city to go and get all the funding. I'll take care of it, I'll get the resolution on, we'll accept the donations, we'll get the check sent over to barge company. We'll have the fireworks show in the city for them to take all the credit.
I don't think, what is the city providing? Just the police
Police.
coverage?
Yeah, they're gonna-
Overtime for police and
Signage and all that stuff, shutting down
Yeah.
the road and all that. I think this
Just
underscores
certain
our
rules
effort
for
next year,
everything.
maybe should be at a different place to do
I
fireworks.
agree.
I see, I like it there because that's, I mean, that's where people are used to them being. I mean, I would rather
We
they
got a
just
plan.
moved it a little further into the town than. I mean, it's a huge nightmare with the parking and everything else. but
we got a plan for next
Yeah, we got a
year.
plan.
What's the plan?
Oh, it can't be unveiled until the.
It's my birthday.
Until the Sester Centennial Committee unveils it.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I did ask the hospitality district
It's
when,
gonna be on the 4th of July next
cause
year?
Nolan's is doing some big barbecue bash to coordinate with the fireworks show. So they had already advertised the fireworks, they advertised as city fireworks, I asked them that in any of their advertising, they call it the town
Whatever the
fireworks.
town's paying for it.
Hosted, town fireworks hosted in the city. With, you know, assistance from their businesses, their Lakeside Hospitality District. I think we gave, say, a little too much credit in our advertisements.
That's true.
Cause it really has not been much coordination at all.
Foot dragging is what we're seeing.
Mhm.
Could we
And
put something on the 2 billboards? We have time on them saying
Yeah.
that Canandaigua, the fireworks brought to you by the town of Canandaigua.
Sue,
know,
I mean, we should do that, right,
Well, you should put the date too, cause it's not on
Right.
the 4th of July, it's on the
Right.
5th.
the fifth,
Hell, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Which they should be report,
but
my birthday.
but either way, we'll get it done. It's not that big of a deal.
thank you.
yeah.
And I got one check collected so far. Yesterday I drove out to your kitchen from DLS events, which is like, I guess the mezzanine. That's within
Within
your
it.
kitchen.
And if we don't have enough money, each of us will be assigned a time to stand there on the corner. With a little bucket to collect change.
Fireworks money,
She said some might not be able to get me the checks till next week, so like I said,
as long as there's a commitment form for the resolution, right?
yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I preferably would like to have them in hand.
Yes.
So that we're actually, so, you know, the resolution is accepting the donations, so that we actually have them. But, you know, there's little leeway. If, as long as you know we're gonna get them. So that's that one, so that's gonna be on the agenda,
Do we need a resolution for the donation of the kayak rack?
we passed it this
Yeah, we
week.
did.
We
passed
did, we
it at
passed
the-
that? I think we did,
Yeah,
yeah.
The main
Yeah, we
meeting.
How is the kayak rack?
Heavy. Big, isn't
It's big, it's a little rough looking, but I think it'll work fine.
It's not gold plated.
No, it's not gonna, no one's gonna steal it.
It's free.
Jim, you have a plan to pick it up yet, or?
I don't, I
Yeah.
can reach out to Jeremy, see if we can load
Get
it
it
up on the
loaded,
trailer.
yeah, and you're gonna bring it here,
Right here,
kind of work it
half,
up, yeah,
take the roof off it,
yeah,
then we'll take it down there.
good.
Cut the roof off her right next to the. Construction bin.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one, so.
The metal bin. Budget transfer from the contingency to stormwater engineering, is that,
That's the one that I was
Yeah.
just.
What was that about?
Those are, it's our MS4 assistance.
Oh,
that we
thank you.
charge
Oh.
for.
Okay. Is that the grant?
No.
That's just our agreement, okay.
It's just our, what we get charged From MRB, pretty much monthly.
Oh, the monthly inspection, they get charged back.
And the budget transfer student aid position is, talked about, so. We're over, so the resolution we did. at the Beginning of the year was extending, was authorization to extend the student aid position for 3 months. Using with the transfer. Out of the highway clerk position that was vacant. With. With authorization for me to continue extending it every 3 months based on the need. There continues to be a need, so we extended it for another 3 months. We're now at that another 3 month increment coming up, however, we are going to need to now move. Where the money's coming from, because we now have that position filled that was vacant. For the highway clerk. And so there's still plenty. There's still plenty left in there to get through the transfer and then continue the next. Couple pay periods if needed out of that account based on whenever everything lines up for the approvals and switching over. The account, there'll probably be another pay period in there that will have to get transferred out of the highway clerk account. And then there's still plenty to cover the remainder of the year. For the new highway clerk position, because 20,000 that comes from the water fund too. So,
Are they still doing like records management stuff over there, like scanning?
he's scanning,
Yeah.
and
Wasn't there a grant for that somewhere?
no.
There was,
that-
but it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we don't have, it's not the thing that we're doing, okay.
And so. We are gonna have to switch where the money comes from for that position to. The vacant assessor aide position, which we are still working on getting filled, and we hopefully can get that filled by the end of the month, however. That's got, that's fully. That's full right now at the 56,160 that we started with at the beginning of the year. If we get this person, if we get somebody for that position by the end of this month, there's still just over 1,000 work hours left in the year. At the max rate that we advertised, that position, $25 an hour, we'll only need 26,600 for the remainder of the year. So that leaves us plenty to pay the student aid position out of that. Down, he's averaging about $1,800 a month in pay. For the work he's doing. Highest month was 2,500, lowest was just over 1,000. So, and we got 29,000 and change to play with from the assessor's aid to pay that position, so that's plenty. About 6,000 a month. So, and then I did ask Crystalline for justification to continue the position and just some numbers to show what he's been doing. So just wrote something up, basically. I don't think she's on there. She's got years of paper files that still need to be converted to digital format to increase operation efficiency. Jacob initially focused on records and maps located in development office so that we could clean up that area in advance the renovation. Continue to work on digitizing property files. More recent transition to files in the town clerk vault downstairs to free up vault storage space. She says there's many cabinets full of property files still. She estimates about 100 boxes of files left. And that's a very conservative estimate. He's gone through about a box per week.
And there's 100 boxes left.
And so there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So,
Almost like the Auburn Trail.
yes, yeah, there's a lot, and it's,
Oh, no, I'm sure.
Well,
So-
I think we initially had estimated it would take 2 or 3 years to scan it all.
Yeah, so she says she thinks we need at least another year, so I said, well, let's probably put it in the budget for that, to fund that actual position for 2026, rather than trying to figure out where to get the money from as we go, and then, the day comes, It's on this last box and.
Then we can have a party.
So do we budget,
Slow
do we
down
budget
at the
this
end.
position for next year instead of grabbing from everywhere?
That's what I was saying,
Yeah.
yes, I asked Crystalline to put it in the department, her department head budget for this position. For next year, and we'll work with her on what funds she'll need to request.
From an HR perspective, can the job stay a temporary job or? I don't know.
Well, it is
I
a
don't know.
temporary job, isn't it? Until when you're done, right? Although it might be forever.
Correct, I just don't know civil service wise, like how long can you keep a job?
We have the position established, I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't, it's not necessarily temporary, it's just,
We have a student aid position.
it's a position that we were gonna make temporary and then abolish it once we were complete, but it's. So it's an established position, even after we get this done, it's probably good just to leave it as a position, whether we fund it or not, so.
So you could bring in interns for anything if you need, actually.
So there shouldn't be an
I
issue
just-
on that side
I'm
of things.
thinking from like a personal perspective,
Right.
like, hey, you can work here until you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so that's
like-
That's why he's the,
Work very hard.
but that's why he's the perfect one for it, because, because of where he fits, and then, you know, the option, you know, might turn
Well,
into
Right.
more.
Yeah, we gotta ways to go to think about that. anyway,
Yeah.
but-
We got at least 2 more years to figure that out.
So that's gonna be a resolution on the agenda, just to. Extend the position, continue to extend the position, but from a different funding source. So. We do have two other things, they're not gonna be resolutions, but just to bring up to the committee here, since it's through bankruptcy court, it's public knowledge, but obviously Atustis was went bankrupt, and we've received some paperwork where we can file a claim for any funds they owe us. They do owe us their entire pilot payment for last year, which is just over $8,000. So I've been doing the paperwork to try to recoup that money. I'm waiting on the county to send me over a spreadsheet that they utilize to add in interest and penalties. Based on what's allowed through the general municipal law and the pilot agreement for non-payment, so it's 5% after the first year or after the first month, and then 1% every month thereafter. Then also allows for interest, and I don't know, I wasn't sure how that would typically be accrued, so I asked the county to help me out, and they got a spreadsheet that they use, so.
5% is the penalty.
5% is the penalty
Penalty for
after,
non-payment,
after
right.
the first month of non-payment.
Then it's 1%.
And then it's 1%.
Yeah,
Um,
plus interest on
yes,
whatever they.
and I don't
figure
know
out.
what the interest, how you
So,
calculate the interest.
So we need to be as aggressive on this as we can, because
Do nothing, it just goes on.
do nothing,
forever.
we get nothing, but be as aggressive. The more we put out, the better, more aggressive, the better chance we.
The very rudimentary math I did was, I think, just over $9,000 basically.
Yeah.
An extra 1,000, so.
But don't we have to get in line for that money?
Correct, however, we are a priority payment because we're a government entity, so. Check the
So
box.
let's go after it.
Yeah.
That pays for a couple of boxes.
That's how we get.
Almost 2, 4, 6, 4.5.
So that'll be nice. to Get that, we just got the paperwork in this week. I think Monday,
Yeah.
Yeah, just shut up now.
and I gotta get it back to them by June 15th, so didn't give us very much time, but. Working on it. And then another thing I just wanted to briefly bring up, because I don't know if we'll have another finance committee before everything is finalized, but we're looking at. A potential revenue source through leasing out the concession stand, we talked about Parks and Rec committee. At Motion Junction. And so Greg worked on an RFP, I'm looking it over, gotta tweak it, do some things to it, and then get it out, and. I mean, I think to start with, I think we're looking at like $1,000. Like 1,500 to pay us to come in and lease sessions. Gotta get some numbers together of rough estimate of how many people actually go through that park. So that the vendors can look at it and determine whether it's beneficial.
I just got a text about complaints about code enforcement on food vendors. I don't know if there was apparently significant change. Well, anyway, there's 2 or 3 that might bail out on the park stuff. So I don't know. They say that we're the most restrictive of anyone they deal with.
From what I'm told, it's nothing different than we've already been doing, which is to be inspected to operate in the town, which I believe is what every food truck is required to do.
Did they have any specifics of what changed?
No. But 2 of them are talking about pulling out. So I guess we gotta follow up on that.
How will the concession stand rental work with people being able to rent the pavilion?
This should still be a rental
It
building.
doesn't really impact it. It's
Yeah,
on the other side.
I think they're separate enough. I mean,
Separate.
they'll obviously be in that space,
Yeah.
but I think that there's probably a delineation line that we could say, hey, this is the concession area, or we could just.
There's, right now, all the
Rope it off.
tables are, there's a big space between, oh no, the concessions are on the other side of the building.
Yeah, they're on the far side.
That's, yeah, concessions are on the complete outside of the building where the actual pavilion
Mhm.
tables are, so,
And these are more like grab and go, it's not.
Right.
yeah.
It's gonna be chips
Yeah,
and stuff, I
chips.
mean,
Yeah,
easy
the
stuff,
chips,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
got, a fridge in there and, there's no kitchen or anything. It's got a sink and fridge. I gotta measure the clerk's space, cause if we have 8 feet of coil doors, could potentially repurpose it to
But there,
because that's just a little sheet friggin' metal that could be easily pried open. And if we would wanna try to, if we could, better secure it for a vendor, because they'll become a target, I'm sure, of the kids that like to spend overnights there.
Do we have cameras there now?
We do, I'm working on, they gotta get adjusted, there's some cameras, they're too close to the building, the night vision reflects off the side of the building, so it doesn't see anything. Through watching some surveillance this week, because we had some broken bottles in the parking lot. Noticed lots of kids like to be there overnight, smoking their weed, drinking their drinks. And so,
Can we get the
We got it.
sheriffs to pull in on
Yeah, I did.
some part of?
I put a property check in
Yeah.
for it. But so, we're working on that. And trying to better adjust the cameras. I thought maybe a public service announcement every time we just start blasting their pictures out. It's 1
Do you
AM.
know this
It's
person?
1 AM. Do you know where your children are?
They're over at Motion Junction.
That's basically what they did
Are
when that
these
was
your-
happening in our park in
Are
our
these your
neighborhood.
kids?
Put it on.
They put it on the Facebook.
14-year-old
for the
girls with their joints?
Yeah.
Chronicles.
they're on Chronicles, yeah.
Nice.
Well, anyway, so I just wanna bring it up as another potential revenue source.
It's not much of a revenue source, but it certainly adds to the amenities of the
Yeah.
place, which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
to do. I know Greg's thinking about doing it down at Ononda as well, which I think
Yeah.
is a good idea.
That's all I got.
Would that go into the parks fund, anything from that then, that's beyond fund?
Probably, we probably wanna reuse it for parks, try to offset parks costs, recreation costs as we expand our parks and rec programs.
Are they whole now, the Motion Junction folks, is that? I know there was some debt last year and unpaid bills,
I know they're still fundraising.
yeah.
We don't have an update on that, they're already thinking of more. So they're looking at.
Yeah.
Just some new things there. A little bit of growth. Nothing significant, but nothing huge. But as far as their bottom line, I don't have their bottom line. The only thing they will do is fundraise and have the money in hand. Enough to cover the complete project
Mhm.
before any other project goes forward.
So they're not like wanting phase 3 or something to
No.
start?
No, this is just a few more swings,
Mhm.
bump it out a little bit. with a few
It's-
more swings.
It's a very
Trees.
popular destination for
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
I mean, really is. But I'm all about them paying for anything
Yes,
else. It's
no, we do not wanna
coming
get
their
back,
way.
that was a mess.
Yeah.
We don't wanna get back into that.
Just when I was gonna give Jim credit for that Swift grant and making the next round, I know everyone got notification of that, so that's. They're really good, I mean, potentially good news, so
What is
yeah,
it? I'm sorry.
it's a Swift grant, Jim just stepped out for the phone, he can expand upon that, so.
While he's out, if I can, we're gonna have, Bristol Library Association approached me. They're gonna come to the next board meeting and just tell their story because, of course, like everybody else, they're asking for money.
It's a library,
What's that?
it's a library.
What's a library? Right, yeah, what is it? They don't tax, they set up their number, about, I wanna say, and I don't have the number in my head, it was something like a quarter to 30% of their traffic is from the town of Canandaigua. So they're asking for funding. I asked for more information. I asked her to come back when she wants to have this discussion. We need to know where you're getting this, how do you know this, how do we know these people are coming from here?
And what's Bristol putting into it?
65,000.
Did they give any indication on what?
Their budget,
We do $1 million for Wood Library, I mean, for the taxes.
their budget is,
900
their
some
budget's
thousand.
$81,000 a year. And Bristol kicks in 65 of that.
So you're looking for 15. The difference, the delta.
The delta is 50, yeah.
It's about 25%.
But even more than that, their expenses are 90. So their funding was 81, their expenses were 90. So they, the delta is really.
Make them pay for the library card, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's gonna be a little bigger than that. So anyway, just so you know that, and then one other, and I know I brought this up before, but I need to refresh my recollection before we put it through. It wouldn't come through this meeting, it would come through in July. The cemetery, the Pine Bank Cemetery Association asked for some increased funding, just for a one-off 1 year to pay for the storm damage that they had. They paid for it, they had people come in, they had to do the tree repairs and all that, headstone repairs. The longer we keep them solvent, the longer we don't have to take care of the cemetery, and the easier it is.
Oh, we did.
Did we approve that?
No, we only.
We talked about it,
Regular-
we paid them their regular we
Fee.
paid them their regular amount we contribute.
I thought we bumped that up.
I don't know. No, because the check was written back in January before we had this discussion.
So what are they looking for?
They're looking for about 5650, so $5,650, which is in addition to the amount that we gave them. And that's just to cover cleanup costs, headstone repairs, everything else. Otherwise, they're gonna have to dig into the reserves that they don't have to do it, and the minute they end up
Can we
insolvent,
physically help them with cleanup instead of paying for it?
they need to, a lot of this is reimbursement for what
Oh.
they've already done. And it stems from that, a lot of it stems from, they said that storm last year. The
Which storm
powerful
was it?
storm,
Oh,
like the
the-
powerful
the
storm and the others,
Tornado thing. Okay.
yeah, so. I mean, the longer we can keep them. Keep it out of our hands, the better we are.
Who's in the ground? Where they come from? Most city residents?
In Bristol, in that cemetery, no,
25%.
From all over, right, yeah.
They're in Bristol, I think, I heard.
yeah.
They were in the library in Bristol when they went.
It's on Middle Cheshire
I
Road.
think we should find out who's in the ground, where they're from, and
You
you'll
looking
charge
to
you
see if
back.
you
If they
No.
don't. Well, you know how it works, people don't know this, but on your homeowner's policy, there's coverage for headstones.
Oh, no kidding,
But
we should make them aware of that.
Yeah.
unless the headstones are
I mean, they're still
200
around.
years old,
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Unless there's no insurance on, right?
unless it's Zadok Hunt, and then you're, and you don't, his
Well,
homeowner's
Civil
is
War,
lapsed.
you know, it could be like, if it is more than there's gonna be no insurance.
Right.
Typically, it's
For
pretty rare.
your headstones or for?
Any of my headstones.
Family headstones.
That damage to it or paying for it?
Damage,
Damage
not
to
to pay for it,
Yeah.
but damage to it.
That's
Say about,
in our policy.
like from a storm, yeah, it's in your homeowner's
Well,
policy.
that could have saved me $500 last
Know
year.
that.
Yeah.
You get a lot of claims on it. That's because
We-
people
they
don't
don't-
know.
Well, the
They don't
most damage we
know.
ever see is people drive into it, like,
Yeah,
accidentally
yeah, yeah.
run them over.
Lawnmower or
with the-
something.
With the car insurance, and
What if you get the word out on that? Not that I.
They don't want
cause-
to.
cause-
No.
That's a big billboard.
Yeah, look at that. Damage to your headstone.
Is there a call, Chris?
There is a property deductible, yeah, it's like, you have to fire your house, so $500 deductible would be. fine.
Yeah, so most people, yeah.
For most of
I was hoping to say.
Although I just bought a headstone for my mom.
Well, they're like
expensive.
$2,000,
Yeah, they are.
$3,000,
Yeah, they're not
they get
cheap.
up there.
Could be more than that.
Yes, I guess it's 20.
So is there,
Pretty big.
so that will, so that'll come forward in July, so that'll be on the agenda for July, just so you see it. I don't wanna rush it.
Where did it come from?
We would have, what's that? Yeah, it'd have to come from contingency, cause we don't have it in the, we didn't budget for it. We budget their allotment.
All that juggling.
Maybe you
do,
should
you
make
were
like
just
a
talking about.
storm
Just another
contingency
ball.
section or something, cause there's been a huge storm every year with damage to either our property or something like this, I mean.
I mean, I'm not,
One of our capital improvement.
I'm not lining Jim's crew up for anything, but I think we could do it cheaper than the tree company coming in.
Well, we
We
did.
could make the
They talk about,
They already did.
Pine Bag
it.
Cemetery.
pine bag
Pine bag
damage of
Tree
pine bag
damage.
cemetery.
oh yeah,
They're asking for, but a lot of that has been taken care of.
yeah, someone came in and picked up all the pine trees
Yeah, so,
last storm, I don't know.
yeah, so they're looking to be made, they need help being made whole from that.
Okay.
So they asked for
Can you go on
5,600.
that property and do that work?
With their permission, right?
So you would need
Well,
a
I give
temporary
you permission
easement
come on My
to,
property to take trees down.
yeah, we would have to have a temporary easement to allow us to enter the property.
You gotta ask the insurance guy.
But in the future, that's something to look at in the future, it's too late for now.
Right, right,
Something to look at in the
right.
future.
What I'm saying is if we could make this donation and then make them aware
Yeah.
that in the future, it might
We're more than happy,
be more than.
maybe
We're
not more than happy,
but-
but Jim would be willing to,
Let's
we'd be
do
willing to look at it.
What would
Yeah.
we do if there was damage on one of the private cemeteries that's not currently, like.
One that
on
we
private
take care of?
property that we take care of?
Well, we're doing that now.
We would
One
just-
that- it's like a John's
We're doing,
property.
Yeah.
We
Wolverton,
no
we
different
went,
than that.
Yeah.
Once we got
But this
permission to
is-
get egress to it, we go out there.
This
Yeah.
cemetery is not under our purview.
Yeah, I know.
We
Not yet.
provide to them, but
Right,
going on that property and doing that work.
it's very
we,
different,
we need permission, right, yeah.
Well, yeah, but who, anyway.
but does it set a
I'll give
precedent?
you permission to come in
You
and
don't
take
want
these
to
four
do that.
trees down.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's probably a good thing.
But I mean,
you know.
I hear what you're saying, but a cemetery is a little different than, I hear what you're saying, so maybe we gotta work through that with whoever legally.
Well, if it comes up again. We'll say, talk to us first, and we'll see if there's anything we can do before you
Right.
hire somebody else. So that's the best way to worry about that. About that,
Might be cheaper for us to go.
yeah, that's all the extra.
So Jim, did you wanna mention anything about the SWIFT grant, the next round
all I know is what I told you guys yesterday.
went to the next
Went
round?
to the next
Which
level
is-
of review to see if we're going to get funding for it.
Very good news, so,
It was good news, yeah,
Yeah.
we're not out, we're continuing
Right.
on for the next potential grant for whatever we think we're gonna do in the future for transfer station,
right,
cause that's very, very great.
and
Last
looming,
price tag was $5 million, so that was a few years ago. so.
Yeah. But we'll see what,
Wow.
the
We'll
most,
give it to county.
the most recent of the next round of studies. You
Yeah.
know, the problem is you make the decision to close the landfill with a study. And then once you make the decision to close the landfill, then it's okay, here are all our options. Now you're digging into each one of those, seeing which is feasible and which is not.
You're studying studies.
You're studying studies, and I think the people who decide this are the people who write the studies.
People who make a lot of money are the ones that make the money, do all the studies.
But we're going forward,
Absolutely. Guaranteed.
still having discussions.
Yeah.
Whenever stuff comes out, I'll share it.
When
Yeah,
is it?
I'd like to put a food digester down there at the bottom of the hill, and we can have our own food digesting business.
Yeah, right at the bottom of, right, Burndary, bottom of the hill.
Well played.
Sounds like a city.
Well played.
When will,
Next
the
up.
decision be made on who gets the grant money, do you know?
I don't know.
Cause it said that there's a 3-year term on it once it's granted. So, I mean, there's time to.
You
use
kind of
money
know what the
for
county's
it.
gonna do to what we need to do, you mean, yeah.
Speaking of grants, it just reminded me, and I'll bring it up to PPW tomorrow too, is, we did not get the hometown, T-Mobile hometown grant for Ononda. The 50,000 for one of the ADA accessible cabins, I'm gonna reapply. Cause it's a quarterly grant, the next one is due July 1st for the second quarter. So I reapply, try it again, there's only 20 grants given in the whole country, so.
Are we still using Verizon for ours, our service? Is it fine?
Oh, for cell
For
phone,
ourselves, yeah.
Oh,
The FYI, the Board of Elections is probably switching to T-Mobile for our poll pads, because they have good coverage and it's cheaper, so. Yeah.
I know we did try some other.
T-Mobile's
options.
good in certain areas, just like AT&T, and since they
They're all
take it
good in
away,
certain areas, and bad in others.
Actually, we did test, that's what I was saying, we did testing everywhere, the town of Canandaigua was golden.
I had T-Mobile.
I disagree with that.
Except for Cheshire
Except for Cheshire.
Cheshire was better than Verizon.
and
Nope.
except for Cheshire, except for Chapin. And then going down the West Avenue tunnel, underneath the West Avenue Bridge. Just throwing those out there.
That cell tower in Cheshire is not, doesn't,
It works
That helps
fine
a
for
lot.
Verizon, not AT&T.
yeah, it does not
If you
work
don't
for
have
AT&T.
AT&T, you're.
So they don't collaboratively sell it to Verizon as a sell
I
to
don't know how it
T-Mobile,
works.
I don't know how that works.
they all use the same, they all lease off the same towers.
Right.
It's just
I guess
different
it's strength they get.
technologies and.
Like they
I think
throttle
it's
it
the tower
for
that, like,
providers.
I believe there's different. Like receptors and whatever on the tower.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah, they all lease the same towers, all run off the same towers, it's the different technologies, it's the different, how they throttle. Who gets what data, but Cheshire, that's just a whole, I can see the tower from my house. When there was Sprint was up there.
Yep.
And I had a Sprint jetpack for my internet, cause Frontier was horrible. And I can see the blinking light on the tower, but have
Not that.
almost 1 bar on my jetpack. And it just goes, shoots right over.
well, you know, it's line of sight.
I'm like holding it up in the air, like.
Now, your neighborhood and my neighborhood, it's fine, so.
All right,
I did it, one thing I didn't put on, I'm sorry, the auditors are starting to wrap things up. So I'm hoping, do we want them to present at, finance and the town board meeting, or one or the other?
I would be comfortable with town board meeting, right?
Okay,
Just so that, I mean, I think we owe that to the.
Full
public.
transparency, yeah, full transparency,
yeah.
they can do it remotely, they don't have to come in.
Yeah, they can do it for
can
sure,
do it by Zoom.
alright,
Yeah,
If they wanted to give us a quick and dirty at finance committee, but to do two full blown presentations, I don't think we
we
need
don't
that.
need to.
And I asked how the long-term, we were studying long-term, how to handle the extra monies and where to allocate that. Is there an update on that at all?
There's no update, we're kind of waiting from the county was gonna come back with. The last correspondence I saw, what the county was doing with their funds, and we were gonna try to model ourselves after that.
That's main, because we have the question about the tax, we have one fund that we have to look at, our tax reserve fund. So. We're doing that, and then we're gonna. It's still in process, we're continuing with ClearGov. With the training, and as we roll that over there, then we'll,
Is
come
there
back
still like
later.
Clean this up.
2.5 million in allocated fund there?
it's not. The growth of the unallocated fund balance is not what it used to be. Because sales tax revenue is plateaued and everything else, so no, it's not.
it's
off
within
the
its,
top of my head. It's within our range.
It's in our range,
range.
okay, so
Yeah,
it didn't
so
end
it's
up
not-
higher this year.
no,
No,
but the water fund has.
that one has.
It has a lot in it, but Jim is, you know,
Oh, they just
making
that
a list.
tomorrow. And that's.
Gonna transfer it to the air conditioner.
For the food digester? Yep.
So.
Anything else?
My next meeting, I think we're gonna be starting to roll into budget season.
Budget season's coming up, calendar will come out,
Get
so
training on the new software next week.
those meetings will be, if you wanna join in person, we did them and we had Zoom the last time and that sometimes makes it more of an.
Which one?
The budget,
Budget.
our smaller budget meetings.
Oh, no, yeah, well,
Those are, if you wanna come into, everybody's welcome to those, I do, they'll be in
Yeah.
person.
yeah, my plan is to have department heads, when they create their budgets, to then come and present. To at least you and I, Jess, go through their budget, line for line. And then from there, we make our adjustments and everything in those meetings, so that, things can hopefully go quicker. And sooner than last minute, so.
Could we have the calendar sent to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Next month, the meeting is Wednesday, remember, as Justin and I had this conversation, I'm like, well, Wednesday, July 9th, and a Thursday, so. Remember, we agreed we were gonna switch it to Wednesday to kind of fall in line with everyone, so it'll be July 9th. And August will be 8/6, so just for your calendars,
Still at 9 AM, right?
still at 9 AM.
So some of those you won't be graced with my presence, unfortunately, because. The rotation cycle for county meetings sometimes, no, I can be here for half an hour. You'll get me for half an hour.
And I'll send out a new calendar invite, I didn't wanna do it before this meeting, so as not to confuse everybody.
Yeah,
So.
What?
No, wait, is it Wednesday, is it Thursday, yeah. So that'll
Just
be-
a reminder. Great, anything else?
All right.
Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.
Yeah. John, Casey, John, do you have 2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's